Hey everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel. Yes, I got a haircut, and that's all we're going to say. Today's video, we're going to be going over how to use ChatGPT to build a brand that sells a high quality physical product on Amazon. AI is crazy, okay? It has amazing capabilities and can make your job so much easier. So maybe if you're new to this, maybe you've seen some videos like this before, hopefully I'll have a unique angle on this for you because I've used AI in my Amazon FBA business. Both in the copywriting on the listing and when designing my customer avatar, and it helped me a ton. And so I figured I would take some of that expertise that I have and come up with a system that's more suited for beginners to start using this tool, along with some other tools to come up with starting points and great places to build brands from. Slowly getting blinded here, but if you happen to be new, be sure to like and subscribe down below. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Since I value your time, I decided I wouldn't make you watch me type this, but you're an Amazon FBA product research expert, or in ChatGPT, by the way. You all know what that is. And now, this is not it. Don't you think that this is the trick that I'm showing you, okay? We bring unique content here to YouTube. So we're gonna take the things that it gives us back, and not the categorical name of the thing, no. We're gonna go into the subcategories it gives us. So in the arts and crafts enthusiasts market, there are DIY crafts, knitting and crochet, painting, resin craft, calligraphy. Those are all individual interest levels and new verticals even within that bigger category, right? And so let's take DIY craft kits and let's go over to Cerebro, and we're going to enter that keyword we're in Magnet by Helium 10. And by the way, we have 6 days left. 6 days left, 35% off of Helium 10 for 4 months. So you can get up and running using the best Amazon FBA product research software, keyword research software, account management software for Amazon sellers at 35% off. So not $100 a month, $65 a month. There'll be a link in the description. I'm stoked about this deal. I'm going to sell it hard to you over the course of the next week because it is what I would have been looking for when I wanted to get started. That would have been the deal that I needed. So here we are. We're in Cerebro now. Really quick, we have 10,000 keywords. That's a lot. That's okay. We can start there. If it gets overwhelming, we can always build it back a different way using filters next time. Check this out. If we go Magnet IQ score, this is a really cool feature. Now, this is Helium 10 made this, and I'm going to read this to you, but I'll also explain it. So score based on a ratio of estimated search volume versus number of competing products. Okay, so the higher this score, the more search volume there is in it as a ratio to competing products. This would be 240 to 1 on the number of competing products versus the search volume. Now, granted, it has no search volume, so that's why that's like that. But if we start to see 24,000 search volume for something, and there are only 177 search volume, then the literal number of customers available to each seller is higher than in a market where that number is significantly lower, like 95 people competing for 7,000. Does that make sense? So when we look for products this way, we're actually looking through the DIY craft kit related keywords. Okay, so we're making the most out of our time. We're not looking at products one at a time. We know for anything we want to sell on Amazon, we're going to need search volume. We need demand. And so stop focusing on a product right away. Stop even focusing on a differentiation right away. Just focus on where you're going to set up shop, right? You're picking the street that you're going to build your little bakery on or something. And that street better have good foot traffic. And so search volume is foot traffic, right? It's number of people in this market. I'm getting a lot of really low search volume stuff, and it's just I don't need to see all that. So we can do a minimum of 1,000 search volume, or even 4,000 search volume, 5,000 search volume. Why not? Sometimes I'll put it lower, but let's just get straight to the point. Okay, so now that we're in here, a lot of these you'll find are branded search terms with the really high IQ scores. That's why they're that way. But pay attention and keep your mind out for, like, for instance, epoxy resin. Okay, that has a really high PPC bid. So if I saw something like that, I just wouldn't bother clicking on it, right? General rule of thumb, and I know we're not really using ChatGPT a ton at this point, but this is where I got the startup ideas and the original enthusiast customers. And so this is just one market. And so when people are like, it's hard to do product research, no, it's not. In fact, it's just data processing. There's so many products to be researched that you need to get better at looking at massive amounts of data, and tools like Helium 10 and ChatGPT help you do that. So let's look for, I wanted to find one related to the DIY crafts. I think an epoxy resin kit okay, you know what? Here's a great introduction of your first filter. So when we start seeing PPC bids that are too high, what's the problem with that? Well, if on average, let's just say on average, okay, I'll use a nice easy number. It won't even be this high, but 10% conversion rate in my market. Okay, so on average, people come, 10% of them buy one of the products. That's really search conversion, but bear with me. I have to multiply whatever this number is by 10 every time I want to make a sale with ads selling that product. Simple enough, right? So I cannot pay $34 to acquire a customer on Amazon. I know for a fact these products are on $100. There's no way, right? And so, oh, that's kind of hilarious. The first one that shows up is $100. In that case, you might be able to do it, okay? There actually are multiple $100 products here. So there we go. There's your $341 cost per click. Most people aren't going to spend $100 impulsively, but I guess it makes sense. So yeah, higher price, you can afford to pay more to acquire a sale, or the frequency at which the product is purchased will cause this number to go up as well. So this is a pretty wide viewpoint we're taking on Amazon with ChatGPT today, explaining some of these in depth, but it's important, right? And so what I would be doing now at this point is filtering out those high bids. So I can go, don't show me anything with over $1.40 bid. Just don't. $14 to acquire a sale on a market where I might be able to sell it for $50. That's okay, right? Everything else I don't need to see. Look through here. Now here's a really cool thing we can do as well. Don't show me any search term with less than a 40% conversion, minimum of a 40% conversion share, meaning the top 3 products in the market need to convert at a rate higher than 40%. This is like straight to the point. So polymer clay kit we get from this, 99-cent bid, 40% conversion share, meaning the top 3 products convert 40% of the people who clicked on it, 50% of people clicked on it. And then so we'll go right here. So what you're getting is a lot of this private label-y, throw everything at the board and see what sticks type products. What I'm not necessarily seeing is I have a perfect example of a brand that did this. So they're called Potted. Here we go. Something with a little bit more, now these are some bigger kits here, something with a little bit more personality. Okay, a lot of those, we know as customers when we see a brand that has put some thought into what they want it to look like at the very least, don't we? And so they've done that. Here, like I said, it's very, or we'd have to go back one, but very private label-y. There's it's all just utility of the product. No brand makes me want to buy more than the next one. And so what we can start to do is look into, is there something elements that I can remove to make my cost lower, to increase my price here? First thing people usually think about is, what can I add? What can I add? What can I add? This is such an over-the-top kit market that I wouldn't like selling big kits of a million products anyway, just because of the problem, I can't think of the word for some reason, right? Defect rate of those number of components in each kit, and then it's just a nightmare. Thinking about what are the elements that make up this marketplace that I can leverage to make the customer feel more understood, make a more cohesive product and offer for that person that would make them want to pick that every time. And so when I look at a tool like ChatGPT, it's literally made for doing that, okay? And it's getting better and better at doing this. So I can actually come in here and say, can you 3D render an Amazon listing main image on a background of a polymer clay kit in a cute pink boho product packaging with a clay brand character on it for DIY craft enthusiast customers? What did I tell you? It's adorable. It says Amazon listing on there. You'll get quirks like that. And by the way, if you don't realize how quickly all of this is moving, by the time you start using this and getting good at it, ChatGPT 5 will be out, and we'll see, but it'll be, and there's other AIs that can make images, by the way. Of course, I'm not an expert here, and some of you might even be better at this than me, but you can work with it to create really good 3D rendered main images, right? I can even just have it less text and a more modern look. You work with it a little, right? Usually the first try is not the best. And so you get to the point where, I mean, we're getting somewhere, right? We would not obviously have Amazon on it, but the idea of something like this is not that far off. And we can see how in a market that's so convoluted with all of these distractions, assuming your math worked out, right? Like you're looking at the numbers, you're like, conversion rate looks good. I'm going to be able to afford making a sale with PPC. Then I can start moving along and being like, well, what would I make? What would it look like? What would influence this? Now I would start using ChatGPT to put together a customer avatar for someone who would buy a polymer clay kit using reviews from this market, right? And so if I were to go to someone with a lot of reviews, like this one has 2,153 ratings, well, I can just go to Helium 10. Now you already have Helium 10 because you used my Epic discount, and go to Review Insights. We could just pluck the CSV files of all of the customers in this market, or that have left a review, not all of the customers in the market, and we can upload that right into ChatGPT and make our customer avatar. But these are all loaded in. Like you can see, there are 342 written reviews here. I can export the whole table, head over to ChatGPT, attach a file, open that file we just uploaded, and say, can you create... Okay, here we go. So we're literally building a customer avatar in seconds from the reviews that we downloaded from Helium 10 and put into ChatGPT. Customer avatar: creative parent or enthusiastic hobbyist. I couldn't think of a better phrase to hear than enthusiastic hobbyist. Now, this becomes more meaningful when it's layered on top of your real expertise, and not to mention giving it more and more data. It can obviously hallucinate when reading spreadsheets. So if you wanted to just grab all of the data from the spreadsheet and put it into one big text cell, it would actually be better at reading it. At least I've heard. It sounds like a really smart thing to say, so we're gonna leave that in the video. Often buying as a gift for children ages 6 to 10, that's really important to know. And again, we would want to go check that out. Christmas gift, so it's actually referencing the quotes with this. 8-year-old, kids love it. If we know that, then we would design the packaging in a way in which it was exciting to open for a kid, right? And so when we go back to ChatGPT, we can say, can you use the customer avatar above to create a 3D rendered and make a cute brand character? Came back with this. I said, can you adjust the brand character? Just interested in seeing more about it. Do kids love dinosaur? Make it a clay dinosaur and make it look fun and creative. It's all just cannon fodder, but we're gonna gas it up a little. Yeah, now we are talking, right? Little clay dinosaur. Dino Clay would be the name. Can you make another one? Use less text. 3D rendered kit. Folks, we did it. That would crush. So that's actually pretty good. You see what I mean, right? There is, now this is, don't take it with a grain of salt, but don't you see the power, right? The example might not be perfect, but this is pretty awesome. I mean, it gets me excited just talking about it, because it's like, if you're a creative entrepreneur who is ready to bootstrap some side hustle, ready to start going, getting, making sales with physical products, and you don't just want to do it in like a flip way, like you want to build something that you own and that you're stoked about and that you want to scale and grow. That's how I approach physical product sales with my brand. When I step back from the kind of like private label-y side of stuff, I'm like, let me make something that I am super excited to put out for sale. I know that these customers are going to love this thing and become raving fans. That's how you grow a brand. Thanks so much for sticking around with me today. Be sure to like and subscribe down below. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Later.